from less effective anti-cheat compared to Windows, and a number of games not even supporting Linux as a whole. In this video, I'm going to dive into the state of competitive gaming on Linux. But before I do that, I'm asking you guys to subscribe to the channel, as less than 4% of you guys that watch my videos are subscribed, so consider subscribing. So Linux gaming has seen incredible improvements over the past few years, especially due to Valve's Proton and the Steam Deck, which runs on SteamOS, which is based on Arch Linux. Although Linux gaming has still got a lot more to improve, and most of this room for improvement is made by the competitive gaming scene.
This is all about timing. Nitro does have a Molotov and another smoke, so it could be really rough for Simple to actually get through this. He's going to throw the AWP in. Oh my god! Simple, what is happening?
What even is that?
Now, when we think of competitive games, there's Counter-Strike, Valorant, and Fortnite, which are known as the big three in competitive titles. Now, Counter-Strike is supported on Linux due to Valve's anti-cheat, more commonly known as VAC, and has native support for Linux. As for the other two, they aren't really supported on Linux. Valorant has its Vanguard anti-cheat, which isn't supported on Linux. Now what's left is Fortnite, and the situation with it is more complicated. Now, Valve has worked with many anti-cheat vendors, like Easy Anti-Cheat, to run through Proton, which is the same anti-cheat that Fortnite uses. Although it is mostly the developer's choice to opt in or out, as for Epic Games, the developers of Fortnite, Epic Games, well, opted out, even with the Steam Deck being an innovative breakthrough in handheld gaming, and having the right and adequate hardware to run Fortnite. So you may be wondering, why is this the case? Well, it comprises of many factors, although I already made a video on that, so the link will be in the description, and I'm not going to cover them in this video because it's a waste of time, and yeah. There are a number of issues, as I mentioned just a few seconds earlier, although the most relevant issue is the anti-cheat. Now, many games with anti-cheat do run on Linux, like Counter-Strike and every Valve title, as well as some others like the Finals. Although these anti-cheats are less effective compared to Windows, whether Proton or native. Due to Linux being open source and the user having full control over their system, kernel-level anti-cheat can be bypassed more easily than on Windows. And due to Linux's ecosystem being extremely complex and vast with multiple different kernels, unlike Windows, which has an official kernel signed by Microsoft. This can make it quite tricky for developers to create a kernel-level anti-cheat to adjust for multiple different Linux distributions and kernels. Many developers wouldn't really be bothered to gather the resources or pay the expenses required to support and tailor their anti-cheat for Linux, as there are just so many distributions and kernels. They would rather just leave Linux as a whole or just have a less effective version of their anti-cheat for Linux because of how complex it is. Hopefully we might see better support for competitive gaming on Linux, as well as its anti-cheat in the near future, as Linux gaming continues to grow. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.